I'm like, so the real what's a woman? It's an adult human female, and you're taking on trannies. That doesn't take a lot, adult human female. Well, the answer is more complex than that. What are the properties for Christian women supposed to be? They're supposed to be submissive. They're supposed to be affable. They're supposed to be pretty, thin, and really they're supposed to be helpmeets. They're not supposed to be the main character. Woman was made for man, not man.
Man, not for woman. Yep.
That's the answer. I was just rewatching What is a Woman? Walsh is fine, good enough film last night. He doesn't get anything wrong in it, but it didn't go far enough. People are looking to combat the true gender dysphoria, which is feminism. The true gender dysphoria is not transsexualism. That's like a psyop that failed. Like 3 people in the whole country fell for that shit. What everyone fell for, 99% of people, is feminism. Women act like men. They don't necessarily, try to.
Well, they become the man that they wanted to marry.
That's it. Yeah, they can't, and they do a really shitty job. So we're pitching this to Daily Wire as the sequel, and we're pitching it to Walsh as the sequel. And we're going to be out there in Nashville all of next week for Valentine's Day. It's supposed to drop on Valentine's Day, though. We have some potential distributors, so it might get kicked back a bit. But that's what I and the Died Suddenly director have been working on for a year now, and it's hard work because, as you know, Glenn.
Filmmaking is not easy.
No, it's the third rail. Feminism is the third rail. Not talking about transgenderism. That's not. Everyone agrees with you because a lot of the trad cons. I don't think Knowles is just a Catholic. He agrees with me. He supported my book Case for Patriarchy, but a lot of the trad cons are basically just sort of right-wing conservative feminists. And so it's easier to talk about transgenderism than feminism. We need to address feminism in lawfare. That means daily habits. That means calling out the women. The number one rule of feminism is never call out a woman. We need to start calling out women.
That's the group of the community that they're just like the fatted cow. They get a pass. They get the get out of jail free card all the time.
Everything's
it's crazy because it's like, you could only tell men so much, because I tell guys, like, I forgot who I think I was talking to Michael Knowles about this when I was out there. I said, look, even if we got all the guys to a 10, made them all 10s in the world, they were just the best husband, material ever. If we don't address the women, there'll still be failed marriages. There'll still be divorces. There'll still be, this broken homes. It's a this and problem. And you're not going to finish. I say you're not going to fix marriage through legislation. It's a heart problem. We have to really get the country or the culture back to the right heart, rather than the selfishness. Like, it's all about me, me, me. You should be thinking about your spouse. Your spouse should be thinking about you. That's how it should be. If you're focused on what you want, what you need, then you're not spending time to focus on what they need or what they want. It's like you're consumed with this selfishness, and that's really what feminism is. Feminism is just selfishness.
Yeah, but I percent agree, and Knowles agrees with that. By the way, I mean he. If you think I'm just defending him because he's my friend, I can show you an interview he did with a more center-right Catholic called Matt Fradd, the guy that did the Dennis Prager interview, where Matt Fradd was like, well, what is undoing feminism really look like? And they're kind of making both abstruse reference to my book, Case for Patriarchy. And Fradd was kind of caricaturing it. He goes, just dresses on women and pants on men and women listen to men. And Knowles goes, well, no, because he knew that Fradd was setting it up that way. He goes, no. And he goes, well, actually, yeah, that's pretty much it. He's like, that's it. I mean, women need to listen to their husbands again, need to do what their husbands say, and women should wear dresses and men should wear pants. And that's how you do it. You're trying to make it sound reductionist or oversimplistic. It's not. That's the solution. So he takes a really hard line, even when he was kind of being a led witness. And Knowles has been really good on that. He was the major national conservative that supported my book, Case for Patriarchy. And, so I'm not just a blind witness myself here. I think he really, you're going to see him emerge as the voice. I know we didn't get to the NALA thing, but I think he would say just what I would say. It's like, well, I wanted to give her a chance to be a legit convert. It's turning out to be clear she's not. I think he was just erring on the side of, she says she's a convert, let's take her at her word, if I had to guess.
See, I just don't look. Okay, to get to that real quick before we wrap it up, the way I look at it was like trust but verify, but there was no verification. You know what I'm saying? Is like just take her at her word, and then but that's almost as equal as like believe all women. Oh, she said she's this, so then just believe her. She said this happened, so just believe her, right? Like without any like due diligence of like testing the fruit. Really, where are you there? Are you really this person? You know, like there wasn't any of that. But you know,
I agree.
That doesn't go the same way for men. Men, you got to prove yourself. There has to be merit based there. And to me, that right there is just like, it's kind of like Jezebel. Like Jezebel worshiped Ashura, right, or Asherah, right? And Asherah is all about elevating women, the female god or the goddess, whatever, above men or whatever. That's really what we see here, even in the church in that sense, when we just believe all women. Hey, she said this happened, believe her. And it's just like, guys, what are you showing men that you're saying like, hey, we want you in the church, but we want you to just believe all women without any, due diligence here? It's kind of like, you're losing them. You're losing the men when you do that.
Agreed. This is strongly. I think if we had Knowles here, I think he would really agree with us in hindsight. And you always should trust and verify. Even in the Baltimore Catechism, because both Knowles and I are Catholics, it says the sacrament of confession, reconciliation, can you confess your sins, even mortal ones will be forgiven. So the punitive effects in the afterlife are stricken away. But the negative ramifications of evils you've done here in space and time will remain. So that's what you're saying about Nala. That's absolutely correct. It's like, yeah, and it's kind of what Andrew said about Andrew Wilson said too. He's like, look, yeah, Jesus can save them and choose for them, even though they did really nasty things really publicly. Really, we shouldn't trivialize that. The public acts of whoredom are so entrancing for so many men, and it's so wicked that we shouldn't trivialize it. But yeah, hey, that's fine. Like Dostoevsky says, even a serial murderer can be saved. Great. But that doesn't mean that I want to live next to a serial murderer. Or if I found out a guy bought the house next to me and he's a serial murderer, and I'm a Christian now. It's not my responsibility to trust you, and I won't. I don't want
exactly.
And none of the other neighbors will as well. You're going to have a kind of little, Star of David, proverbially speaking. You're going to have a little.
What I say about Nala did is like, she made her porn career about her. She made her conversion about her. She makes her proclaiming faith, still to this day, about her. She even made baking, cinnamon rolls, about her. This woman is selfish. She's a narcissist.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't let it be said. I agree 100% with everything you said. I just think, because I know Knowles really, really well. I think he agrees with us strongly on this point. I didn't think he went too, he's a little
He
nice.
gave her some softballs. Come on, you got to give it that interview. The second interview was pretty soft.
Yeah, the first one, I haven't seen the second one. The first one really was not bad. I think he was like, okay, you're a convert. This comes with some burdens.
Yeah.
He was trying to, the second one.
I think he was being charitable with her the first time.
Yeah.
Like just giving her the benefit of the doubt.
I need to watch the second one. I sounds like I agree with what you're saying, but Noel Sharp, he's a good Catholic. I just, I'm just saying, I think you could call some of the other people maybe trad cons. I think Knowles would just say, yeah, just call me a patriarchalist. And
I say there's always going to be a patriarchy. It's just depending on whether it's going to be a good patriarchy or an evil patriarchy. And we have seen a lot about an evil patriarchy, not enough good patriarchy.
My friend Michael Robillard says, women of the world, pick. You can do the Muslim patriarchy, which is brutalist. You can do the trans patriarchy of women that are really actually men.
Those are the real misogynists.
The real
really think those are the real misogynists.
Or the Christian patriarchy with goodly kings that want to be good, but you have to listen to them. And there's only 3 options. Patriarchy is inevitable.
Exactly. There's always going to be one.
Trans patriarchy, Christian patriarchy. There's only one good one. And you and I know what it is, Glenn.
Yes, sir. Well, I want to say thank you, Tim, for joining me today.
Good talk.
You guys, please go give Tim a follow if you haven't already. He runs what days are your shows?
Usually Monday, Wednesday, Friday, though, with this movie and everything else I've been doing, the matchmaking site, all that. It's been like 2 to 3. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, typically on YouTube. Timothy Gordon. The show is called Rules for Retrogrades. You can see my little sign. Yep. It's, about half the content's on patriarchy and feminism, and half of it's on sort of current events happening.
And getting mad at the Pope.
Yeah, a lot of it.
You get mad at the Pope a lot. I love it.
He's a bad.
Well, thank you, Tim, for joining us.
Yeah.
You guys, stay tuned because I'm going to be redirecting you to another stream where we have another interview. So hope you guys enjoyed that as well. Thank you, sir, Tim. I'll talk to you later, my friend.
Thank you, Glenn. Take care, brother.
Bye.
Peace.
So you guys just stay with me. We are going to be redirecting here in about 2 minutes. So I'm going to go ahead and swap it over and get that stream fired up. Did you guys enjoy the conversation? I enjoyed the conversation. I know me and Tim, we were on different sides of that conversation with the red pill and stuff, but I knew we actually agreed way more than we disagreed on many things. So I do appreciate this conversation that we've had, and we will be starting just now. So I'm firing up the stream, and we are going to be moving on over as we speak. So here we go.